Hey everybody, Tammie Crainich here with Loan Depot and today's episode of A Mortgage Dish. So if you are reading the headlines about inflation or mortgage rates, you may see something about the recent decision from the Federal Reserve, the Fed, but what does it mean for you, the housing market, and your plans to buy a home? Well, here's what you need to know. While the Fed's working hard to lower inflation, the latest data shows while the number have improved some, the inflation rate is still higher than the target, which is 2%. That played a role in the Fed's decision to raise the Fed funds rate last week. Now, as Bankrate explains, keeping its inflation fighting streak alive, the Federal Reserve has raised interest rates for the 10th time in 10 meetings. The hikes aim to cool an economy that was on fire after rebounding from the coronavirus recession of 2020. So while the Fed's actions don't directly dictate what happens with mortgage interest rates, the decisions do have an impact and contributed to the intentional cool down in the housing market last year. So how does this impact you? Well, during high inflation, your everyday expenses go up. Likely you have seen this at the gas pump and the grocery store. And by raising the Fed funds rate, the Fed is actively trying to lower inflation. So if the Fed is successful, it could ultimately lead to lower mortgage interest rates, when we all love that, and better home buying affordability for you. That's because when inflation is high, mortgage interest rates tend to be high. But as inflation cools, experts say mortgage interest rates will likely fall. Remember, inflation is like kryptonite to mortgage interest rates. So, what are the experts saying? Experts are saying that inflation will go from here. Moving forward, both inflation and mortgage rates will continue to impact the housing market. Lawrence, chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, says mortgage rates are likely to descend lower later in the year as the consumer price inflation calms down. Chief economist for Mortgage Bankers Association explains that we continue to expect that mortgage rates will drift down over the course of the year as the economy slows. So while there's no way of knowing for certainty what these interest rates will do, the experts think mortgage rates will trend down this year, as inflation comes down as well. So stay informed on latest insights. Stay connected to me as your trusted lender advisor. I do keep my pulse on what's happening today and trying to understand what these experts are projecting and how it's going to impact your homeownership plans. So the bottom line is, don't let the headlines of the latest decision from the Fed confuse you. Where mortgage rates go from here depends on what happens with inflation. If inflation is cool, rates could go down. So let's connect. If you have any questions, if you need to update your pre-approval, I'm here to help you. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so that you can catch all the latest information. Bye for now.